Chastain, this is, a familiar feeling. Last year, we talked to you for the help, and it was all this buzz about your performance and the potential of awards. And now here we are, award season again, and you're right back in the mix. People talking about you again. Does it make it less nerving at all to be here, like again, after you've experienced kind of like that whole roller coaster last year?
Yeah, it's you know what? All last year I kept saying, well, I'm never gonna have a year like this again because this year's the best year of my life. I can't believe this. And now all of a sudden I'm saying it again. I can't believe this year. I'm never gonna have a year like this. It's just been really, really exciting. I mean, the wonderful thing about last year is I got to do a lot of press with Octavia, who I just love. I worship that woman, and whenever we would get to sit down and do press, we just laughed usually the whole time, and it was a good catch up. And this year, it's an interesting thing because now I'm standing on my own, so it does feel a little more vulnerable. Yeah. But I love this film. I love working with Kathryn and Mark, and I absolutely. I'm so inspired by the character that I play. She's a real woman who's working undercover in the CIA.
Can I be honest with you? I am bad news. I'm not your friend. I'm not gonna help you.
You really believe this story? Osama bin Laden?
Yeah.
What part convinced you?
Her confidence.
If you're right, the whole world's gonna weigh in on this.
You will never find him. He is one of the disappeared ones.
Now, there had to be a lot of challenges in just creating and molding this story because there's so many secrets, and America really, hasn't heard what really happened on that day. Your character, Maya, really doesn't expose all of her motivation for being in that situation. Did you think about what her motivation might have been, and what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had 3 months before we started shooting where I called it my 3 months of school for Maya school. And I worked a lot with Mark Boal, who's our screenwriter. He started as an investigative journalist, nicknamed him the professor. And we went through everything, like anything I could learn about Maya, I did. I did a lot of reading of books, reading like, 2 were particularly helpful, The Looming Towers and Michael Schur's book on Osama bin Laden. Then I used my imagination to fill in any of the blanks that I couldn't find from the research, but I couldn't use my imagination as Jessica Chastain. I had to somehow keep it in track with the research I had done. So even things like, why was she recruited out of school? I had to solve that problem. You see like in Islamabad or in Pakistan, you see like a child's drawing on a wall. These are things that I asked for, that screensavers, postcards, American candy, certain things that I had asked for. So I would have these little reminders of the life Maya was becoming a stranger to.
Mm-hmm. Another great thing that this film deals with is America's feeling and the portrayal of enhanced interrogations, waterboarding and all of that. And I think Kathryn Bigelow did a good job of being kind of ubiquitous about her opinion about it. Just from your experience with the film and all your research, do you think that those enhanced interrogations and stuff did lead to the evidence that we needed to eventually find bin Laden, even if, some years earlier? Or
I don't know. It's a really interesting question because the scene where Maya gets the information about Abu Ahmed, where the name is first mentioned, he's not being waterboarded. They're feeding him. And who's to say whether or not because of the weeks of torture, maybe he made him in a state where he was open enough to say that. But the scene, he didn't come out from an intense interrogation. And then in opposite of that, you have, there's a scene where Mark Strong is talking to the White House people and saying, like, you know, we need to go in, and the response is, the president's a thoughtful man, we need proof. And he says, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't go, you've taken the detainee program away.
Right.
And I can't go to Guantanamo Bay because they're lawyered up and they'll send word to bin Laden. So it really is a murky gray area that I think we're still learning about.
Well, this is a great picture for people to just get some learning experience about
Yes,
their
exactly.
experience. And it's always great to see you on screen. Can't wait to see you on Mama next year and everything else you got coming out.
Thank you. Yeah, this is real different than Celia Foote.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
We're on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles, California. All right.